Hi, it's Cheryl from Caribou Country Lifestyle. I'm coming to you today with what we're harvesting. We are into September now. It's actually September the 7th today, and I am out here harvesting some of my vegetables. So I'm just going to take you along and see what all we're going to be harvesting today. We're starting over on this bed, and here I have my zucchinis, my gold zucchinis and my green zucchinis, and also my Peter Pan squash that I have over here. And so that's what I am going to be looking for and picking for today. Let's have a look. Okay, got my, oh, this is a big zucchini. I guess I should have picked this before. It's not bad though. It's not too much. I can still grill it if I want, but it's almost to the point that I would have to be shredding that. So that's a good size zucchini. Let's see if I have any on this side. I probably got about 3 or 4 little babies. I got one here I'm gonna cut it out because sometimes you get a zucchini started and then the next thing you know, it looks like this. So when your zucchini looks like this, it's not going to amount to anything, so you might as well cut it out and put it in your compost. So we'll put this one in my basket. I just have one of these garden colanders for my bigger items. So I'll put that in there. Let's see what else I might have in this side. Nope, nothing there. Oh, I have a yellow. It's a little bit smaller than that one, but I'm picking it because I like to grill these zucchinis. I saute them, or I'll put them on the barbecue and grill them up. That's a good size. Okay, I only had, wow, one of the green and one of the yellow. Let's see what I have for the Peter Pan squash. Oh, I got one here. There we go. Look at that. Such a cute little squash. That's the Peter Pan squash. Put that in my basket. Okay. Nothing else over here. I've grabbed this other basket here. I like to use this one for picking beans and peas, and then once I pick them with the mesh, I just put them underneath the tap, give them a good rinse, and then I just bag them up. And lately I've done some spicy green beans. I have given a lot away to friends. I also cooked up some beans and put some onions with them and some bacon bits with them, and that was really nice too. A little bit of butter and some pepper. But I'm just gonna go and pick and see what I have here with the beans. I've got quite a few just in this last couple of days. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days since I've picked. And here, these are the dragon tongue bush beans. I keep saying how I'm going to process these, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't processed not a one. I just keep eating them, or I am giving them away. So one of these days I'm going to process some beans. I better do it before I don't have any growing anymore. I mean, it's still, they're growing pretty strong still, so I still have a lot of beans. It's going to be, you know, eventually the frost is going to hit. I mean, when I looked at online and it said our first frost date was going to be September the 7th, well, I looked on my phone and we don't have a frost happening for a while. So on my phone, it's not going to be any lower than 9 degrees Celsius, that is. So that's not really getting too cold yet. When it gets close to, you know, 2 or 3 degrees, then I'll start to worry about whether or not it's gonna frost. When we went to the Thompson area, and we ended up finding some frost protection blankets. So we picked some of those up and figured that that would be useful for us to use if we still have some things that need to be protected. We'll just have to, I forget what the size of it was. I got it at Art Nap, and it was like, I think $10 or $20. I can't even remember how much it was. So, okay, moving right along. And I've got just a couple more here to pick. Yeah, a little bit more. And now I'm getting in my strike bush, my strike bush beans on this other side. Get this chair out of the way. I don't really see too much growing on these strike bush beans. I was picking quite a bit before, and now they just seem to have petered off. Don't really have much of anything growing on these. I want to show you this though. Look at that cute little portulaca. It's got its little pink and flowers, and then over here on this side there's a little yellow one here. They just look like little tiny roses on there. My sunflowers still are growing like crazy. Still have a few zinnias there poking through in the back. My tomatoes, I haven't picked any tomatoes off of this one yet. Here's my the ox heart. It's getting bigger, but it's sure taking a long time. I ended up cutting the top flowers off of the top, anything that didn't have any tomatoes on them. If it was just flowers, I ended up pruning those off, just because I want them to focus on the tomatoes more now that we're getting into a time where things could freeze up. So I have a few tomatoes just waiting for them to ripen. Got quite a few peppers going on here. This is my sweet sunset peppers. And over here, got quite a few in there. Probably about a dozen. This was my Carnival blend and my California Wonder, and I'm just getting flowers on those, so I don't think it's going to be producing anything much. And here I have, this is the Satsuma. So I have a few peppers on there. I think I see 3, and they're pretty small, so I don't know. We might not be getting too much from those either. Another thing I like to do, I like to deadhead the sunflowers. So once I see the petals starting to drop off, I deadhead the sunflowers. These are not your traditional sunflowers where you got the sunflower seeds on them. These are just a cut sunflower. That's why they're not near as big as some of the other sunflowers that you see. So I'm just going to deadhead some of these as well. I have lots of, these are pole bean as well. And these are the blue, I forget what they're called. The Blue Lake pole beans. I knew they were blue something. There's lots. I have so many beans on here, it's not even funny. And it's been a few days, probably 4 or 5 days since I picked, and so there's going to be lots on here. And you really got to look for them too, because they are sneaky. Like, look at how long that is. It's a long bean. I've had some that are a little bit longer than that, but usually that's the average size of the beans. But I definitely have a good, I would grow these ones again. They produce a lot, but I would definitely grow them on the arbor support, because they didn't have anywhere to go. They got so high and they didn't have anywhere else to go, so I probably could have had even more to pick if they would have had further up to grow. Because once they got to a certain height and they had nothing to hang on to, well, then they kind of all bunched up at the top. So this is where I gotta kind of move things and feel around, because there's some, I'm probably gonna have to get up here too. I gotta hang on to this T-post. There we go. So if I get right up here, there's lots of beans up on the top here. Like, my gosh, this thing is almost thicker than my finger. That one bean was crazy big. And that's what happens. You can't see it because it's on the very top, and I haven't climbed up here yet to pick beans. Got some big ones. Oh, here's some more. Oh, I have to show you something too. I just noticed. get these beans picked. I got quite a few up here on the spot. If you grow beans, you should let me know what you do with your beans. How do you, what kind of beans do you grow, and how do you process your beans? I'm always looking for different ideas. There's a big bean. It's huge. Okay, any more down here? Oh yeah. So I think we're at the tail end of this bean pick. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's take a look here. Like, this is about half full, just over half full. That's quite a bit. So now we'll come back over here and pick the peas. I like to put the peas on top of the beans because then I can find them better that way. You know, most of these pea plants look pretty dried out, and then you'll see all this new green growing amongst the yellow, and then there's still more peas growing. The last little bag I got, like maybe a little sandwich bag full of peas, and I ended up giving them to my friend because she loves them. I had taken a bag of snap peas when we were traveling we took the trailer camping, and I had a bag of snap peas in the truck to snack on. And my husband had a couple, and he's like, I don't know, maybe it was old, maybe it was bitter. And I'm like, well, how can that be? I just picked them. I don't know. So he tries another one. Maybe I just don't like snap peas in that way, you know, just to eat them, just to snack on them. And I was like, that's unheard of. Who doesn't like snap peas to snack on? I love them. I mean, I'm sure there are lots of people that don't like them to snack on. He likes them in stir fries and that kind of stuff. And that's fine. I mean, I like them in that too. But I also like to just eat them. Okay, I wanted to show you something. I had planted a hyacinth bean, and I planted it just purely for decoration. So you can't eat anything like the beans that it produces because they are poisonous. So, but the flowers are so pretty. I just want to show you. Like, look at that. That's the flowers for the hyacinth bean. That's so pretty. I love it. I just want to show you, look at all my natural black cherry tomatoes. Like, they're just clusters and clusters. If you look under here, there's a big cluster of tomatoes. Look at that. Here we go. Look at that poblano pepper. Like, that is awesome. I had one of the sweet heat peppers, and oh my gosh, that sweet heat pepper, you take a bite out of it and it starts out to be sweet. And so you're eating it, and then all of the sudden this intense heat is in your mouth, and I literally had to spit it out. I couldn't even eat it. It was so hot, and I just thought, that's way too hot for me. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with those peppers. Maybe I'll make some cowboy candy or something like that. I know you do it with jalapeno peppers, but I'm gonna look and see if I can do it with the sweet heat peppers, because I don't know what else I would use them for. But look at these ones. These are the These are the sweet sunset peppers, and this is just loaded with those. So I'm excited to be having one of those. Got some more tomatoes blushing again. I'm hoping that these tomatoes are going to be ripening pretty quick here, because I know we're into September and I know it's not quite freezing yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. I also want to show you over here. I am so excited about this. Look at that. I have an eggplant. I have one eggplant, 2, 3, 4. There's another one over here. I'm trying to get that. There it is, right there. And I've got some more potential ones growing here and another one over there. So they're coming, but it's been slow, that's for sure. Also, I want you to notice here, I got Brussels sprouts growing. Now, whether or not they're going to get big enough, and over on this one too, I have Brussels sprouts growing up the stem. I took the bottom leaves off because I had read you're supposed to remove those so that the Brussels sprouts can get bigger. My spaghetti squash, all the vines seem to be dying off now. And one of the spaghetti squashes, we had them tied up. But this one here, it was kind of upside down, anchored in the stems, and it fell down. It did not crack, so that is good. It still will be fine. I'm just going to leave it out here, and it'll be fine. The kale is still doing glorious. The Toscano kale, I've been feeding a lot of that to the pigs. They really are enjoying it. There I've got my butternut squash growing. I've got 3 butternut squash growing, so that's very exciting too. And here are my cayenne peppers, my loaded cayenne peppers. Look at all those cayenne peppers. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. These are the habanero peppers. They're just starting to grow, so I don't know if they'll amount to anything. And these are the jalapeno peppers, and they are just starting to grow too, so we'll just have to wait and see. And my Tabasco peppers, I got nothing. I don't even have flowers yet, so oh well, we can't win them all. Another thing I wanted to show you was my strawberry plants that I went and put into these little pots. I did a little video about my starting some new strawberry plants with the strawberry runners. So here I have 2 strawberry plants. This one is now, it's in there. Like I would, if I pulled on that, it would pull it out with the roots and everything. So now what I can do is I can take my little pruners, and then I just take and I will cut that in between there, and then I'm going to go over to this and cut it from the main plant. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And then now I have 2 separate strawberry plants that I've started from an existing strawberry plant. That's the great thing about strawberries, is you can start so many new strawberry plants from your existing strawberry plants. You know, I started out with 10 of each kind when I first bought these from Canadian Tire. There were 10 plants for $6.99, and the following year I had, I think, like 30 or 40 plants, and now this year I have I don't know. I'm going to be moving them over to a new area, over to where I have my berries and fruit trees. So we'll see how many I get when I move them over there. I'll have to take you along for that too. Another thing that we're going to be harvesting is we are going to be butchering the rest of our meat chickens this weekend. So we have 16 chickens that we will be processing this weekend. So we'll be very busy on Saturday. I'm just going to show you our chickens. They're getting pretty big. These are the Western Rustics, and we had butchered some of them with the Cornish cross, but they were just so small that we decided to wait and let them get bigger, and we are going to process them this weekend along with any of the roosters that we have over amongst the Buff Orpingtons and the Black Australorps. So, oh, out there sunning itself. That's what it reminds me of, what it's doing. It lifts up its wing and it's like he's sunning himself. Look at this one. Perched up on the food tray and trying to balance itself. That's so funny. Okay, anyways, that's all I have going on for today on this beautiful, ended up to be sunny day. So I'm glad that you could join me. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.